Nigel Farage's Reform UK party has sparked intense debate across British politics as it positions itself for a decisive 2026 electoral year, with controversy and fierce criticism coming from both the left and mainstream parties. Farage, the outspoken leader of Reform UK and former Brexit Party architect, has been at the centre of political headlines after telling supporters that his party now represents a major alternative to the traditional Labour and Conservative establishment. He claims Reform has grown exponentially, with membership figures he says now exceed 200,000, a remarkable rise in support that he believes could see his movement overtake Labour in the years ahead. This surge in backing underpins a campaign strategy that Farage describes as double or quits, an all-in push for the May 2026 local elections that he calls the most important test for his party's future. He has pledged to spend more than £5 million on campaigning, sending millions of leaflets across England, Scotland, and Wales, while also sharpening the party's social media outreach. Farage and his allies have framed Reform as a voice for voters disillusioned with the major parties, particularly on issues such as immigration, law and order, and the cost of living. These themes have driven much of his rhetoric, with Farage arguing that ordinary Britons have been left behind by Westminster politics, a message that has resonated with a significant slice of the electorate. However, the party's rise has drawn sharp criticism from Labour and other rivals. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has acknowledged growing public frustration in Britain but warned against the division he says parties like Reform are fueling in the national conversation. Starmer and other opposition figures react strongly to Farage's narrative, accusing him of stirring fear rather than offering practical solutions. Critics on the left argue that Reform's tactics and messaging go beyond mainstream political debate, alleging that the party's focus on immigration and cultural issues risks deepening social divisions. Opponents also point to concerns that Farage's rhetoric can overshadow detailed policy planning on critical public services and the economy, leaving voters uncertain about how his party would govern if it secured power. Some voices on the left describe elements of Reform's approach as grievance politics designed more to inflame than to solve. As Britain heads into 2026, the impact of Reform UK's momentum remains uncertain. Farage insists his movement is ready to challenge the political status quo and offer a new direction for the country, while critics urge greater scrutiny of the party's proposals and warnings about the long-term consequences of its rise. With local elections set to deliver the first real test of whether Reform's national polling can translate into seats on the ground, the coming months could prove pivotal, not only for Farage's leadership but for the wider landscape of British politics in the years ahead.